Let me turn off the. I'm in the car, so you might not be able to hear the air. Okay, so The Flash movie review. As always, for these movie reviews, it's either going to be a skip it, stream it, matinee price, or go watch it. Now, if you saw the short, you already know my rating for this movie, and the movie stars Ezra Miller and a number of Batmans. Without saying too much, for those of you who have not seen it, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie, a lot of cameos in this movie, and if you saw the trailer, it is about the Flash, time traveling, and of course that sparks a multiverse, and that's where we are now with these comic book movies, because it is explored in virtually every comic book industry. I don't know what, like the DCU and the Marvel, they all explore time traveling, and this one is no different. And it is somewhat. It's not really an origin story, but the origin of Flash is explained to some degree. This movie is a little bit all over the place, but because essentially the plot is that Barry the Flash is doing his superhero thing, and he decides to try to correct something from his past, and the lesson is that sometimes terrible things happen in our lives, and those things can't be undone, but they do mold us and shape us into who we are today. Amen. Every hardship that we endure doesn't always have to end in tragedy. It can be a story of triumph. So I will encourage you with that. But on to the movie review. The CGI in this is crazy. I was completely taken out of the movie by the very first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, because there is, in the very beginning of the movie, we have Flash show off his powers, and his limits of his power with needing to eat to burn all these calories from running, right? And he is off to save the day in Gotham City, and this hospital is about to just crash down, right? And we have this scene of a nurse in the baby room, and she's the only one in there, and she's locked in, and she can't get out. The other nurses try to help her, and all of a sudden everything starts to collapse. The babies, her, a therapy dog, all fall out the window and crash towards the pavement, right? And it is just a CGI terrible mess. And he throws one baby in the microwave. One baby was about to have acid thrown on it. One baby was about to be burnt to death by I was done with the movie right then and there, because it wasn't done well visually. And I don't know who wrote this. Like, they could have cut that completely out of the movie, because it didn't serve any justice. And the thing about it is, that part, somebody in the writing was very proud of that moment, because they also used the therapy dog and the babies and the flames and the acid in the trailer part. And I'm like, that is no superheroes, no. Okay. Somebody thought that was cute. It's not. So on from that, so I got completely taken out of the movie from that. If they had cut that out completely, the movie would have been far better off. I would have been able to take it more seriously than what I was, because of that, I'm like, you're all like, okay, I don't need to take the movie that seriously. I mean, this is going to be a lighthearted movie, but it's really not. It's really not a lighthearted type of movie. Ezra Miller as the Flash is fine in the character. He portrays himself in two different ways, and his acting was fine. It's just the character himself is rather annoying, and it doesn't help that this particular actor in real life, he out here crazy. So it doesn't help, I don't want to put too much on people's personal lives and their jobs and whatnot, but it does affect it, and it was just problematic. Every time, it wasn't until the third act that you see Barry as a more likable character, and it wasn't until the third act. Until then, he just comes across as annoying more than what he should be. Even in this, tale of him trying to go back in time and fix things. So I just, the movie is matinee price. It's not a bad film. It's just, watch Transformers before this. It's just a better film. It's like that old timey blockbuster feel. You get that in Transformers: Rise of the Beast. You get that in Fast and the Furious, the 10th one. You get those feelings, and in this, no, because the very first few minutes of the movie just completely took me out of the whole experience, and it didn't really put me back on track at all, at all. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little all over the place with this review, but the movie itself was all over the place. Plus, I'm upset that I paid $7 for a small popcorn. Yeah. But yeah, as far as the actual, there's really nothing else to say about this movie. So, feel free to leave here now. I'm just rambling. But yeah, as far as they do explore the time paradoxes and all that, the same tropey stuff. There's really nothing really to write home about or talk about other than Ezra Miller's performance, the terrible CGI. That's it. There's nothing else. I'm sorry. It's a matinee price movie, and it could have been better if they had not stuck to their guns with this ridiculous baby in the microwave, and somebody should have pulled somebody to the side and said, no, we don't need that. We can show off Barry being a superhero living his day-to-day before he decides to make this time traveling crap decision, whatever. Just let him be a regular superhero. That was over the top and ridiculous and unnecessary, and poorly done visually and written. It just didn't need to happen. It makes me like, this could have been a better movie. Oh well. But be safe, be kind, be wise. Bye bye.